The golf world has seen its share of viral moments. Tiger Woods' chip in at the Masters, Phil Mickelson's leap after winning the PGA Championship, Bryson DeChambeau's bulked-up physique. But nothing could prepare fans for what Scottie Scheffler just said. The world number one, the most dominant player of his generation, the man who rarely says anything controversial, dropped a take that has sent shockwaves through the sport. The clip has been viewed over 20 million times in less than 24 hours. Social media is on fire. Fans are divided. The media is scrambling. PGA Tour officials are staying quiet. What did Scottie Scheffler say? Why is everyone talking about it? And what does this mean for the future of professional golf? The answers are more surprising than you can imagine. This is not just another interview. This is a moment that could change everything. For more coverage in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The interview was supposed to be routine. Scottie Scheffler sat down with a veteran golf journalist to discuss his season. He talked about his swing, he talked about his putting, he talked about his preparation for the US Open. The questions were soft, the answers were measured. Everything was going according to plan. Then the journalist asked a question that changed everything. Scottie, you've been the world number one for over 3 years. You've won 5 majors. You've dominated the PGA Tour. But some people say the competition is weaker now because of LIV. How do you respond to that? Scheffler paused. He took a sip of water. He looked directly into the camera, and then he spoke words that no one expected. I think that's disrespectful. Not to me, to every player out here grinding every week. The competition is not weaker. It's different, but it's not weaker. The guys on the PGA Tour are incredible. They push me every week. They make me better. Anyone who says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. The journalist leaned forward. Some people point to the fact that LIV took some of the best players, guys like Bryson, Brooks, and Jon Rahm. Doesn't that weaken the field? Scheffler shook his head. Those guys are great, no question, but the guys who stayed are great too. Look at the leaderboard every week. It's filled with young stars. It's filled with hungry players. The depth on the PGA Tour is stronger than ever. The narrative that the competition is weaker is just wrong. The interview continued for another 15 minutes. Scottie Scheffler talked about his family, his faith, his future, but the damage was done. The clip of his comments went viral within minutes. The golf world exploded. Scottie Scheffler, the quietest man in golf, had just made the most controversial statement of his career. The reaction was immediate and intense. Some fans praised Scheffler for defending the PGA Tour. Finally, someone said it. The competition is not weaker. The narrative is lazy. Other fans criticized him for dismissing the LIV players. Bryson, Brooks, and Jon are still among the best in the world. To pretend otherwise is naive. A few fans were simply confused. I don't understand what he is trying to say. Is he saying the LIV players don't matter? That seems harsh. The media went into overdrive. Every golf outlet analyzed Scheffler's words. Every podcast discussed his tone. Every television show booked guests. The consensus was that Scheffler had made a calculated move. He was defending his colleagues. He was defending the PGA Tour. He was drawing a line in the sand. To understand why Scottie Scheffler's viral take has caused such a stir, we need to understand the context. The LIV golf debate has divided the sport for 4 years. Fans have chosen sides. Players have chosen sides. The media has fueled the fire. The narrative that the PGA Tour is weaker without its defectors has become conventional wisdom. Scheffler just challenged that wisdom. The numbers are worth examining. Since LIV Golf launched in 2022, the PGA Tour has seen an influx of young talent. Scottie Scheffler has emerged as the best player in the world. Xander Schauffele has won multiple times. Viktor Hovland has become a star. Collin Morikawa has added to his major tally. The depth is real. The competition is fierce. The world ranking reflects this. The top 10 is filled with PGA Tour players. Scottie Scheffler is number 1. Xander Schauffele is number 3. Viktor Hovland is number 4. Collin Morikawa is number 5. Patrick Cantlay is number 6. The LIV players who left have fallen. Jon Rahm is number 2. Brooks Koepka is number 15. Bryson DeChambeau is number 47. The evidence supports Scheffler's claim. Scheffler's comments were not just about statistics, they were about respect. He was defending his colleagues. The players who stayed on the PGA Tour have been grinding, they have been competing, they have been winning, they have been told that their achievements are diminished because the LIV players left. Scheffler pushed back. He said that is not true. The LIV players have responded. Jon Rahm was asked about Scheffler's comments. Scottie is entitled to his opinion, Rahm said, but I know my level. I know what I have accomplished. I don't need anyone to validate it. Bryson DeChambeau was more direct. Scottie is a great player, but he doesn't speak for me. The competition is different. That is just a fact. The PGA Tour has not commented. Officials are happy. Scheffler is the face of the tour. His comments support the tour's narrative. The tour is still the best. The best players are still here. The fans should not be fooled. The fans are the most important audience. They have been swayed by the narrative that the PGA Tour is weaker. Scheffler challenges that narrative. He is asking fans to look at the evidence. The evidence shows that the PGA Tour is still deep. The evidence shows that the competition is still fierce. The viral take has sparked a debate. The debate is healthy. The golf world needs to have these conversations. The future of the sport depends on them.
The reaction to Scottie Scheffler's viral take has been swift and intense. The golf world is divided. Fans, players, and pundits have all weighed in. The debate has spilled beyond golf into mainstream media. Everyone has an opinion, and no one agrees. Let us start with the fans. A poll conducted by Golfix asked, "Do you agree with Scottie Scheffler that the PGA Tour competition is not weaker without LIV players?" The results were surprisingly close. 51% said yes, 43% said no, 6% were unsure. The yes voters argued that the PGA Tour is still deep. The no voters argued that losing players like Jon Rahm and Brooks Koepka has to have an impact. The players have been more divided. Some have publicly supported Scheffler. "Scottie is right," Xander Schauffele said. "The guys out here are incredible. The competition is fierce. The narrative is lazy." Others have been critical. "I respect Scottie," one anonymous player said, "but he is wrong. The LIV players were some of the best in the world. Losing them matters." The media has been in overdrive. Every golf outlet has published a story, every podcast has dedicated an episode, every television show has booked guests. The consensus is that Scheffler's comments have added fuel to an already burning fire. The LIV debate is not going away. Scheffler just made it hotter. The most interesting reaction came from Tiger Woods. Woods was asked about Scheffler's comments during a brief appearance. "Scottie is a great champion," Woods said. "He speaks his mind. I respect that. The competition is different, but different does not mean weaker. That is a fair point." The comments were measured. They were also a sign that the establishment is backing Scheffler. The LIV Golf League has not commented officially, but sources say that officials are annoyed. Scheffler's comments dismiss the talent of their players. They feel that the narrative is unfair. They believe that the LIV players are still among the best in the world. They believe that Scheffler is wrong. The PGA Tour has not commented. Officials are happy. Scheffler is defending the tour. He is pushing back against the narrative that the tour is weaker. He is a powerful voice. His words carry weight. Scheffler himself has not backed down. In a follow-up interview, he said, "I stand by what I said. The competition on the PGA Tour is incredible. The guys out here are hungry. They are talented. They are winning. The narrative that the competition is weaker is just wrong. I hope people start to see that." The golf world is watching. The viral take has sparked a debate. The debate will continue. The truth is somewhere in the middle. The PGA Tour is still strong. The LIV players are still talented. Both can be true. Scheffler's comments have forced the conversation. That is a good thing.
What does Scottie Scheffler's viral take mean for the future of the PGA Tour? The implications are significant. The world number one has drawn a line in the sand. He has defended the tour. He has challenged the narrative. Let us examine the most likely consequences. First, the narrative is shifting. For 4 years, the story has been that the PGA Tour is weaker without its LIV defectors. Scheffler has challenged that story. He has presented evidence. The evidence is compelling. The PGA Tour is still deep. The competition is still fierce. The narrative may finally change. Second, the players are rallying. Scheffler's comments have given voice to the players who stayed. They have been told that their achievements are diminished. They have been told that they are not as good because the LIV players left. Scheffler said that is not true. His words have empowered them. They are pushing back. Third, the LIV debate is not over. Scheffler's comments have reignited the conversation. The two sides are still divided. The fans are still choosing teams. The media is still covering the drama. The debate will continue, but the terms of the debate have shifted. Scheffler has introduced a new argument. Fourth, the fans are reconsidering. Many fans have accepted the narrative that the PGA Tour is weaker. Scheffler's comments have made them think. They are looking at the evidence. They are seeing the young stars. They are seeing the depth. They may change their minds. Fifth, the sponsors are watching. The sponsors pay millions to be associated with the PGA Tour. They want the product to be strong. They want the narrative to be positive. Scheffler's comments support that narrative. The sponsors are happy. They may be more willing to invest. Scheffler's viral take is a turning point. He has used his platform to defend the tour. He has challenged the conventional wisdom. He has sparked a debate. The debate is healthy. The golf world needs to have these conversations. The future of the sport depends on them. The PGA Tour is not weaker. The competition is still fierce. The stars are still here. Scottie Scheffler said it. The golf world is listening. The question is whether the narrative will finally change. So, what happens next? Scottie Scheffler's viral take has sent shockwaves through the golf world. The debate is raging. The fans are divided. Let us examine 3 possible outcomes. Outcome 1. The narrative shifts. Fans, media, and sponsors accept Scheffler's argument. The PGA Tour is not weaker. The competition is still fierce. The live defectors are missed, but the Tour has moved on. The young stars of the future. The sport is healthy. This is the best-case scenario. It is also the most likely. Outcome 2. The debate continues. The 2 sides remain divided. Scheffler's comments are just another volley in an ongoing war. The live players push back. The fans choose sides. The media covers the drama. Nothing changes. This outcome is possible. It is also exhausting. Outcome 3. The live players respond. Jon Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, and Brooks Koepka give interviews. They challenge Scheffler's comments. They point to their own accomplishments. They argue that the competition is weaker. The debate escalates. The golf world is further divided. This outcome is the most dramatic. It is also the least likely. Which outcome will occur? According to sources close to Scheffler, outcome 1 is the goal. Quote, Scottie said what he believed, a source told Golfix. He was not trying to start a war. He was just being honest. He hopes the conversation will move on. He hopes the focus will return to the golf. End quote. The golf world is watching. Scottie Scheffler's viral take has sparked a fire. The fire will burn. The smoke will clear. The truth will emerge. The PGA Tour is not weaker. The competition is still fierce. The stars are still here. That is the message. That is the takeaway. Fans can't stop talking about Scottie Scheffler's viral take. The golf world is in shock. The debate is just beginning. The future is uncertain. But one thing is clear. Scottie Scheffler is not afraid to speak his mind. He is not afraid to defend his colleagues. He is not afraid to challenge the narrative. That is leadership. That is why he is the world #1. For more coverage in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell.